Everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Kyrielle. Today we are going to be testing out some hyped products and new products to my collection. We've got some NYX, Maybelline, L'Oreal and Milani. We've got a whole collection of things to try today. I've seen a lot of these things on TikTok, Instagram. They've been making their way around and people have been giving raving reviews, so I wanted to try them and see if they're actually worth it. Now I will be completely transparent. I filmed this last week and I hated the footage because I wasn't very well. If you guys saw on my community tab, I posted a post there just to let you guys know that I was skipping a week. I also skipped this Monday just because I really was not the best. I had a rough week. I talk about that a little bit later in the video, but yeah, thank you guys for being patient with me. I just honestly really needed to rest, so I did. Technically these are kind of second reviews, not first impressions, but I'll let you know my thoughts and show you also a check-in at the end of the day because I do wear this for the full day. Before we get right into it, if you are new, welcome to my channel. I hope you decide to stick around. If you do want to, all you need to do is hit the red button down below and the bell button, and that'll just notify you when I upload next, which is every Monday and Thursday. As you can see, this makeup is very fresh, very spring inspired, which is perfect because we are rolling into spring and it is heating up, which I'm so thankful for. I've never been happier to see the sun in my life. But yeah, you are getting a little bit of a sneak peek right now. But yeah, if you're curious about my thoughts on these hyped products, then all you need to do is keep on watching. Sorry if you can hear the birds, but I can't control nature. And it's way too warm in this room to not have my window open. We'll just have to deal with the chirping, which to be honest is quite nice in the morning, but I'm sorry if that irritates you. Anyway, I'm actually going to do my base first today because the eyeshadow palette I'm using is this one by COLOURPOP, the Aura and Out, and it's very pastel, so I don't feel like I really have to worry about the colour too much, you know. I'm excited to do some like spring colours with that palette. But let's crack on with these hyped up products. So this just blew up all over the internet. It wasn't available in the UK for a little bit, but now we have it. It's the NYX Marshmallow Primer. This went crazy like over TikTok. I was super curious as soon as I even saw the name. I was like, sounds tasty and I want to try it. So I know I've said in the beginning I've already tried these out once, so this isn't a first impressions, but I can say that the texture is very much like marshmallow fluff and it smells like marshmallows too. But yeah, this kind of feels almost hydrating when it goes on the skin. It's very emollient, almost feels like a little bit greasy when you first put it on. Not what you would typically think this kind of primer would feel like. I went into this thinking it was going to be like really thick, really pore filling, but it's actually just a real hydrating feeling primer, and it does smell divine. It's very vanilla-y. This says it's supposed to be like a 10-in-1 benefit primer, and you know, I can't really attest to that because I've only tried it the one time and I didn't keep it on, but I am going to keep this on today and see, you know, if my makeup lasts any longer. Although I am trying more products that I've only tried once, so I really need to try this with other foundations that I love, you know. It's quite thin in consistency when you blend it out, but it does take a little bit of time to actually blend into the skin. But it feels nice and refreshing, so it's nice. I wouldn't say it's completely blurring, which is what it claims to do, but it does kind of fill in the pores a little bit. If you have extremely like porous skin, I don't think it's really gonna fill in pores that much though. Like, it's very reflective, so it almost not enhances them, but you can definitely see them. And I will say it kind of stays this way. It doesn't like set down or anything, but it does feel nice. Anyway, I've blabbed on about that for like 5 minutes now. Let's move on. All right, next thing is this, the Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Powder Foundation. I was very intrigued when I saw this. Again, another thing that went absolutely crazy on TikTok, and everyone was doing the face with the sponge, you know, that kind of clickbait. I have tried it the once and I will say I was surprised. You guys will see why. For one, I thought this was going to be way too dark for me, but actually the shade is not that bad. For some reason in the UK we've got like 7 shades of this when this has like 20 or something in America, and it has like 3 or 4 lighter shades than this one. Why? I don't know. Like, I'll never understand that. In the UK we don't get that much sun. Like, why do we not have the paler shades here? It's really I don't know, it bewilders me. But yeah, so this is the shade 20 Ivory. When you open it up, it comes with a little sponge underneath and a mirror, which is very handy. I did try the sponge when I initially tried it, and I will do to show you guys. But I also tried it with this e.l.f. brush, just because I knew I'd prefer using a brush to these sponges that typically come with them. But you know, I'll humor it while we're here. This primer does leave a slightly tacky base, so it should help the foundation grip onto it. Now I love the liquid version of the Infallible Fresh Wear, one of my favorite foundations. I wish they had a lighter shade, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, I was super intrigued with this one. Let's just apply it, shall we? I'm gonna first go in with the sponge just to show you what it does. This is a very powdery powder foundation, and what I mean by that is it kicks up a lot when you pick it up on the actual applicator. So I've just got a little bit on the sponge. Oh wait, no. Before we go in with the powder foundation, I completely forgot I would have to do this. I'm gonna first go in with my concealer because I don't think the liquid's gonna mix very well on top of the powder. So rewind a sec, let's start again. I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty Overachiever concealer. This is in the shade Marshmallow. We just used the Marshmallow primer and now we're using a Marshmallow concealer. This is a very sweet treat. Focus video, but I'm not mad about it. Yeah, I'm just gonna use a light bit of this. I do prefer to use this with a brush because it is a very thick concealer, and I find that I don't apply as much with a brush. I'm just gonna put this in the places that I feel I need it, underneath the eyes, any red areas, and this will just make sure that there isn't too much coagulation. I hate that word, why did I use it? Anyway, let's show you what this foundation goes on like. So this is the sponge side we'll do. As you might be able to see, it is a tad dark, but it's not garishly dark, so I can kind of get away with it. Something that I find with these sponges is I feel like I waste a lot of product because I can't get everything off it, so I feel like a brush is more beneficial with this. But when I tell you I have no pores left, I literally have no pores left. This foundation is one of the most pore finding things I've ever tried. And like, I'm not even using my, you know, favorite Origins pore blowing primer. This is purely just the foundation. I mean, I guess I have tried the NYX primer underneath it, but holy moly, is it insane. I will zoom in to show you guys, but it is absolutely nuts. This is a lot darker than I remember it last time. It's fine, we move. This does remind me of like when I used to like nick my mother's or my nan's makeup, but I think that's just because I'm using this with it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but this is half and half, so obviously you can see my skin is still exposed over here, and then this is the half with the foundation on. My skin feels so smooth to the touch, it's kind of unbelievable. I'll zoom you guys in. Can you guys see the lack of pores? It's kind of mind-boggling. I don't know how to feel about it. Obviously this is the undone side. You can see my pores like reflecting and everything like that. I do have decently sized pores. I don't even know how to describe it. You can definitely see them on my skin. You can see all of my imperfections, all of my redness, my spots and freckles. And then, I mean, it's just insane. I knew people were raving about it. I understand why. It is just like flawless. What I will say as well is it is so lightweight. Like, I don't feel anything on my skin. This is not a normal powder foundation that I've tried in the past. Because it's so feather light, I am gonna try setting my under eye concealer with it. It picks up so much on the brush and does dust up, so be careful. So I'll also add a little bit of coverage. You know what? It's not that bad. It's not the best, but it's definitely set my concealer nicely. All right, now I'm gonna do it with the brush on the other side. This is just like a dense powder brush. I just realized I haven't blended in the concealer over here. My bad. See, I feel like using the brush, you don't get the initial coverage that you get with the sponge, but it's more controllable and feels better. It deposits more product from the brush than when it does the sponge. I feel like the sponge absorbs a little bit of it because as it kind of hits your face, it kind of mixes in with any oils or primers that you have on your face and kind of dampens it into the sponge, if that makes sense. As you can see here, it's discolored because it's mixed in with the primer or the oil that's on my face, so that's all unused product, you know what I mean? Whereas I feel like with the brush, you get rid of it more. I'd say the coverage of this is like medium buildable. It's not completely full coverage or anything, you know? I did not blend out my concealer properly before setting it. Oh well. Alright, now I've yabbed on about that for so long. I do have a bronzer to use. This is by BEAUTYBAY and this is in the shade FAWN, which looks like this. I know what you're thinking. This is way too dark for me. Well, this is that paler shade. I have tried Beauty Bay's blushes and they are very buildable. I'm just gonna go in with a very light hand. I will say the tone of this bronzer is real nice. It has that kind of yellowy undertone that I personally like. It's a little bit more golden rather than red, you know? And yeah, it just blends seamlessly. I feel like Beauty Bay just know how to do powder at this point. Do kind of trust them, you know? It's very effortless. I want to put on my highlight because this is special. This is the Maybelline Face Studio Chrome Extreme Intense Metallic Highlighter. Jeez. I have had my eye on this for so long, but I just didn't bite the bullet because I didn't think it was going to be that special, but oh my god, I get the hype of this. There was a time people were going absolutely insane for this. This is in the shade 200 Diamond Glow. Oh my god. It was just one little swipe. I was barely even touching it. It's like very soft. It's like one of the softest powders I've ever felt. Please be careful because if you put your finger in it too hard, you will squidge it. Okay, it's a very soft formula, so it can be disrupted very easily, and I feel like this could break easily, so I wouldn't have confidence in like taking this places really. Not that we're going anywhere right now, although that brings me to what I wanted to talk about in this video. I've actually had my first COVID jab, which is why I was off last week and the beginning of this week. Basically, I had it on the Friday. I had a sleepless night on the Friday because I was like shivering and stuff, but that's just your body getting used to, you know, the vaccine. But then I just fell off throughout the whole week. I was having headaches, feeling tired. The main thing was just being tired all of the time, and I just could not get the motivation to honestly do anything. I did try and film last week, but honestly I had to delete the footage because I just was not all there and I was like exhausted. So that's why I decided to take that week off. So thank you guys for being so patient with me. Yeah, let's apply this highlight and show you what it's about while I talk about this. Ooh, I barely tapped into that fan, okay? My plan was to be back that Thursday, but literally what I filmed was just awful. So I didn't post it, and then over the weekend I actually had a house viewing, so I didn't have time to film for Monday. So I swear I will be organised one day. Right now I just don't have the time. I'm searching for a house desperately. We did put an offer in twice for this one, but it just got rejected, so we're still looking. But yeah, me and my partner found her kind of dream house. It was a bargain. Like we thought realistically, we were like, we're gonna put an offer in, but they're probably gonna get a lot higher. Didn't hold on it too much. Won't lie, I'm a little bit gutted. So yeah, there's just a lot going on right now. So I'm sorry I missed last week and this Monday, but I am getting slightly back on track now. I do have a few videos that I want to film. This highlight is insane. It's just so smooth on the skin. I actually got this from Amazon for $8.99, and Amazon constantly have offers on things like Maybelline, so keep an eye out if you want it, you know. I forgot the blush I wanted to use is a cream blush. I put on all my powders and everything. You know what? I'm gonna try it anyway. Live on the edge, okay? This is the new Milani Cheek Kiss blush. This is in the shade Coral Crush. I haven't heard anybody else talk about them, so I wanted to try it. Texture of this is like a balm, and it does sheer out. It's not as intense as it is in the pan, but yeah, it does kind of melt when you put your finger in it. Can you see that there? It becomes really emollient, and it's almost like a watery texture. Like, it's really nice. I'm just gonna apply it a little bit to a little dual fiber brush. Tap off a little bit of the excess on my hand for the best, you know, and see if this goes over powder okay. This is going over this powder foundation actually really well. It's not like picking up the foundation at all. That's great stuff. I think I did go a little bit heavy-handed though. But you know what? This is kind of like a springy look that I want to go for, so I guess the more the merrier with blush. At least that's what I'm telling myself now. But seriously, this is going on really well. I am very impressed. I think the consistency of this is a winner. Alright, so that's my base done. I feel like I did it quickly, but realistically, I think I've been filming for like an hour, so I haven't. But yeah, let's get on to the eyes, shall we? Since I'm using a new eyeshadow palette, I'm just going to use my normal primer. This is the Sigma eyeshadow base in the shade Ignite, and I'm just going to pop this all over. Now, I probably should actually be using a white base because the shades I'm about to use are very pale, but I want to challenge them, I guess. I don't know, I just reached for this. See if these shadows are up to the challenge. Although I've already used them, so I already knew. Alright, so this is the palette right here, the Aura and Out. Does it not just scream spring to you? So the first colour I'm going to go in with is Fresh Cut, which is the bright grass green. Looks absolutely gorgeous, and I'm just gonna put this throughout the crease. Now, as I said, these will probably benefit with a white base, but as you can see, this is not doing bad on just a tacky base. It's still quite bright. It's not, you know, pow in your face, but for a pastel, it's pretty insane. And what I like about it is it kind of builds on itself, so it kind of gets a little bit brighter as you build the color. This tone of green is perfect because it fades out to more of a yellow, and it's just really beautiful. I will say there is a hell of a lot of kick up in it, but it is really worth it for this payoff. Granted, I did have to build it up a little, but it's still given the pastel vibe without me needing to put down a white base. When I saw ColourPop actually launch these palettes, I wasn't that fussed by them, but having this one in person, I don't know, it just makes me want to buy more of ColourPop's releases. Blends out so easily, it's really pigmented. This is just easy work, you know. I'm gonna try not to spend too much on the eyes because I just want to do something pretty and simple, you know. I am, however, just gonna cut my crease real quick with my primer. I'm not gonna bother going in with a Q-tip or anything. I'm just doing this very roughly. Please do not ask me what kind of a shape of a cut crease this is, because not even I know, okay? I don't know what the hell I've done with my inner corner, but anyway, now I'm gonna go in with the shade New Age, which is this beautiful blue with like greeny undertones. It's so pretty, and I'm gonna pop this over the lid. It's such a pretty shade. I haven't wet this or anything, this is just going on my base. It's giving me like 60s vibes for some reason. I don't know, it's probably just the green. The shade is a little bit crumbly, but it goes on the lid perfectly fine. Continue this shade all the way out and then use some other shades on the lower lash line. I really love this blue. Oh my gosh. I will say there's probably better, more pigmented shimmer blues on the market. I just love this color so much. It is so beautiful. It has like a golden reflect to it. I do have quite a bit of fallout on my face, and I did need a little bit of layering to stop showing the base color through. I am just gonna go over it with a little bit of dampened product to see if that helps the shine at all. You know what, I don't think it really did. Maybe with a finger? No, it's pretty much the same as what it reacted like with a brush, to be honest. This is quite a dry feeling shimmer. There is one of their Super Shock shadows, which is this one called Soul Sister. For the lower lash line, I'm going to use the shade Solar Hour. Again, very kick-up-y in the pan, but I'm just going to pop this underneath here. Very pretty pastel orange. Yeah, these colours really remind me of the 70s, like, together. Or, you know what this reminds me of? The Scooby-Doo van. Have I just put the Scooby-Doo van into a makeup look? I might have just done that, guys. You know what? I love Scooby-Doo, so I'm not mad. Yeah, I will say the kick up in these colours is kind of insane. But you know what? They show up though. And this is even on a set concealer now because I set my under eyes, so. For the inner corner, I'm going to go in with the shade Eurovision, which is a matte, very pale yellow with a little bit of sparkle to it. Very subtle sparkle, but the actual brightness of this colour makes up for it. Okay, I think this looks pretty. Now I do want to try the pressed glitter in here. Maybe I'll just put it in the centre of the cut crease. I did try this by Barry M, and didn't work that well. I'm gonna try it again. Okay, let's give it another chance. This is the Glitter Fixer Gel by Barry M. Really dislike this applicator for like a glitter glue. I don't know, I just feel like too much product comes out. I'm just gonna tap this on in the center. Go in with the glitter, which is called Energetics. It's this beautiful yellow, blue, green, white glitter. It is amazing. And I'm just gonna pop this in the center. Certainly got some above my crease, but you know what? It's probably gonna end up there anyway, so it's fine. I'm gonna try and flick this off. Apparently it does not want to come off. Oh, come on. I still think it looks really pretty though, and it really does just pop off the center of the lid. Not too much. I really like it. It's pretty. Okay, I'm gonna try mascara, which again is super duper hyped. It's the Sky High by Maybelline. It has a super flexible plastic wand. I typically prefer natural bristle, or at least longer bristles than this, but I'll show you what it does to my very blonde lashes. I'm just going to go on in. I'm not curling my lashes or anything. The formula is very thick and it does kind of like grab onto the lashes. As you can see, I should probably curl my lashes because this is happening. tell you what, these lashes at the end are the bane of my life. Stand attention, you know, laying down on the job. Yeah, this formula is super thick, but it is very black. It does almost feel like gloopy, and the wand is so flexible. I don't know if the formula and the wand go that well together, like it's working fine, but I feel like if the wand was a bit stiffer, it would almost be easier to drag this thick ass formula through. But you know, the actual result of the mascara is pretty nice, so I can't complain that much. This is just things that I'm experiencing as we go through, you know, which is the way I like to always do my reviews, just as I go, tell you what I'm thinking and feeling. When I saw people talking about this mascara, I saw people like layering and layering and layering it, and I mean, I'm not that type of person anyway. I'm pretty much just like a one and done mascara girl. But the thought of actually layering this up, I don't know, I just feel like my lashes would weigh like 10 pounds. I can definitely feel it on my lashes. All right. So that is what this looks like. Again, I can't complain. There was just little things that I didn't like, but overall I do like the way my lashes look. So that's the eyes pretty much done. I don't really want to do anything more to them, but I do need to sort out my brows. So I'm going to be using the Brow Glow by NYX. I've heard a few people talk about this, and I was very intrigued when I saw it releasing. So let's see how it tames my bushy ass brow. I really love the 24-hour brow setter by Benefit. I love that stuff. So I wanted to try this to see if it was similar. I'm going to first start brushing my brows in the opposite direction just to deposit a lot of the product. This product is very strange in consistency. It is like a glue. That's the only way I can describe it. I'm just gonna deposit and then bushy my brows out. I mean, as you can see, I have quite a bit of brow hair. I do have to fill in sparse areas, but my eyebrow hairs get so long. I have quite a bit of them. My mum never let me pluck or do anything to my eyebrows when I was younger, so I just naturally have a lot of brow hair. I don't know if I like this little applicator, and I can't work out what I don't like about it. It just doesn't quite grip the brow hairs as much as I want them to. I guess I'm used to like a little plastic comb. This just doesn't grip the hairs as much. Quick tip, if you have thick eyebrows, do it in layers. Do it like you would do your normal hair. So I kind of pull down this and then place the top brow hairs, and then I bring up the bottom and place them over top, because that's what you gotta do. This has a little bit of a white tint to it. I mean, it goes on the actual brows clear. In the packaging, it's kind of cloudy, if that makes sense. And it's only gonna get worse as you use it, you know, with brow products and stuff like that. I'm actually liking this a lot more than what I did the first time round of using this. I didn't use the same technique, I just kind of brushed it through like you would normally, but actually pulling the product through the brow has made it feel a lot more secure. They do feel a little bit sticky to touch. I'm hoping that's gonna set down, but I do like the effect that it's given so far. I'm gonna obviously let it dry, and I'm gonna go in with a pencil and just kind of fill out areas so they both look a little bit more even. So yeah, I'll quickly go do that and I'll be right back. Alright, I've gone away, I've just filled in my eyebrows just a little bit. My pencil went over fine. The brows aren't like set in place that much, it's still a little bit movable. I prefer them to be like stiff just because I know that they're gonna stay there then, you know? But anyway, let's do lips. I've got this lip liner by MUA. I've never tried their lip liners before, but I've heard a lot of good things. This is in the shade TLC. We're going for a nude with this bright colours. I'm just gonna fill my lips in with this first of all. Ooh. Wow, it's very glidey and very pigmented. I think this is literally like £1 or something. You get so much as well. Look how long this pencil is. That's nuts. I'm just gonna colour my lip in with this. It's like soft and creamy, but not too malleable. Wow. I can see why people like these. This is the perfect kind of colour I was going for as well. Now I'm going to go over it with a gloss. This is the House Labs gloss in the shade Entranced, and it's a gorgeous beige tone almost, but with sparkle to it. The applicator is this weird ass, like almost like a cupped hand. It's like this. It just looks weird, but the color of this, like the reflect, is so pretty. Also guys, my camera died. As I was saying, this has a amazing reflect. It's got like golden pink kind of shifts to it, but it also has like little blue greeny reflex in it, so I think it's going to be perfect for this. So let's just put it on, shall we? It reflects quite pink on the lips, but you know what, I don't mind. Probably should have used a different applicator because this is now completely covered, but you know what, it's fine. It feels like sticky, like it doesn't want to come off the applicator, but on the actual lip it doesn't feel that tacky. It's kind of like an in-between between like a lip oil and a gloss, but it's pretty. I feel like a weird fairy princess. I kind of want to change my earrings into my butterfly earrings. But that is it for the products. I'm gonna go sort my hair out and then come back and we shall discuss everything that I've just used. Were some of these products too hyped or were they worth it? Let's talk about it. Okay, here we are, a trip out to Baguette and a few hours later. And I'm here to give you my final thoughts on some of these products. I've been wearing this foundation now for a few hours and I don't know if you can tell, but the oil is real. And I have actually powdered down about 3 times now, which is quite a lot. And also considering this is a powder foundation, it has not held up that long on my skin. Well, it hasn't broken down, but it's just taking a beating right now and not really keeping my oils at bay, shall we say. It's a lot around the T-zone, my cheeks, even my chin. It could also be the primer. Maybe it's just too hydrating for my skin. I'll definitely give this foundation another chance with some of my other products that I know and love. But yeah, it's just a shame. Like, I always feel like my face is sticky, you know, and I just want to kind of keep my hair away from it. But I applied this around 12 o'clock, 11:30 to 12, and it's now 10 to 6. So I guess pretty much almost 6 hours, but I had to powder it down like at least an hour or so after applying it. So personally for me, it's not the best for my oily skin. To go through some of the other things that I've tried today, the NYX Marshmallow Primer, obviously this intertwines with the foundation update. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It felt nice on the skin, smelled nice, was a nice consistency, but as far as longevity and everything like that, can't really testify it at the moment, and with the way my skin is right now, I can't really say it's doing that much for me. But we shall see. Again, I'll try it with other things in my collection. The BEAUTYBAY bronzer, really nice, really blendable. I love the tone of it. It looks scary in the pan, but it really diffuses and does not come out as pigmented, so I'm actually really impressed with this, and I really love the undertone. It does really remind me of my Fenty almost, with the kind of golden undertone. It's perfect for me. The highlight formula, amazing. Obviously this was very hyped previously. I know this isn't a new product, but I finally get it. It's just absolutely insane and blinding. I will get a lot of use out of this. I just can't believe how smooth it is and how soft the formula is as well. Maybelline, this is really good. If we could get more powders like this, it would be amazing. The Milani blush, ooh, I really like this. It's still on my cheeks, even though my face is kind of melting off right now. And it blended really well over the powder foundation, which is really impressive for this kind of consistency. It is more of a balm. It does feel almost like a lip balm, like coconut oil. It has that kind of melty consistency to it. I'm excited to use this more. It is very bright and colourful, but I kind of like that, especially for like springtime. So I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this, and I feel like this is a good multi-purpose kind of thing. I would use this like on the lips as well. It's good for like a one and done kind of thing, especially with how lightweight it is as well. Eyeshadow palette, I really like it. It's super duper powdery, but it's buildable pigment wise. I mean, you guys see how vibrant these pastel shades are, and they're not on a white base, so I'm really impressed with this. The shimmer quality again isn't the best, but I think it's decent. I love this color blue. The shine is really beautiful. The reflex really nice. I wish it was a little bit more creamier in the standard shimmer. Obviously I haven't tried all of the shades in here, but the different formulas that I've tried from this palette are really nice. I've tried 5 out of the 9. I'm definitely going to try this a little bit more. The mascara is really nice. I do quite like what my lashes look like, you know. Again, the main thing I don't really like about it is the wand, but it's done a good job with my eyelashes, so I can't complain too much. It's really black and really thick, which is the kind of formula I tend to gravitate towards. It is purely just the application I have a bit of an issue with the wand. So if I had a different wand, I prefer it, but I still like it overall. This Glitter Fixer Gel by Barry M. When I initially tried it, I really did not like it. It seems to have maybe held up a little bit better this time, but when I initially tried it, it just didn't do anything, and I had so much transfer. But this time around, I haven't got that much transfer, so maybe it's working now. I'll keep on trying it, see what I think about it, see if it compares at all to my NYX Glitter Glue. We shall see. Brow gel, I'm not 100% on this one. It's kind of set down now, but it doesn't really feel too secure. Like, I like my brows to feel secure. They feel quite movable still. See, I can move my brows quite a bit, so I don't feel like they're gonna stay put that well. It is almost like a thick glue that doesn't quite dry down. So I don't know, I heard a lot of good things about this, but it's just not really wowing me like I thought it would. I will try it again and see if I can sway it with different products and things. So far it's not my favorite. And then finally, I think is the lip products. Love this lip liner, cannot believe how good it is for how cheap it is. It's that perfect consistency where it's creamy but not too creamy. I put it all over the lips and I pretty much used it as a lipstick, but it doesn't feel emollient on the lips at all. This is such a good lip liner. I'll definitely have to pick up some more, especially since how affordable they are. And then finally the gloss by Haus Labs. I like this, but it's not my favorite formula. I really love a slippy, kind of almost like watery gloss that feels more like a lip oil than a gloss. This one is more gloss status, but it's not sticky, which is great. You can definitely feel it on your lips. It's not hindering or anything with how tacky it is, but it's definitely there, you know. And also with this applicator, I thought it would hold more product kind of in like the well or the cup of the actual applicator, but it really doesn't. It just kind of sticks on the tip of it, and I just don't get why it's shaped that way if it doesn't actually function, you know. And also I feel like the actual wand doesn't hold that much product either, so I had to dip in a few times to apply, and I don't know, it's just a lot of effort, I guess, than it needed to be. It's not a bad gloss, but am I gonna rush out to buy another shade or anything? No, it's just okay. Alright, and that is it for my kind of initial or second impression on these products. Let me know, have you guys tried any of these? Do you feel the same way? Do you have different opinions? Let me know in the comments down below. It's always nice to chat to you guys down there. And I do just want to say thank you, because I have been getting a lot more comments and it's so nice to talk to you in the comment section. It's different seeing a number to how many subscribers I have and actually seeing you guys in the comments, talking to you, and it just makes it more real, you know? Because you guys are real people, not just numbers. So it's nice to actually talk to you and see reoccurring faces and everything. So yeah, I look forward to hearing what you have to say. If you did like this video, please leave a thumbs up so I know. If you're new, feel free to subscribe. I would love to have you here. All you need to do is hit the red button down below and the little bell button, and that'll just notify you when I upload next, which is every Monday and Thursday. Now I've got my butt back in gear. But yeah, I'm now gonna love you and leave you. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you on the next one. See you guys Monday. Bye guys.